to go. I don't go no more. From now on, everything's gonna be alright. Don't go, don't go, don't go, don't go. Don't ever leave me.
Alright, y'all, this next project, still in Memphis, is a 1991 Fleetwood Brougham. I know it look clean from the camera view, but we finna do some work, we finna repaint it. The hood was bubbling. Let me see if I can show you. Bubbles here and there. I don't know what caused it. It could have been moisture when he was painting it. It got trapped up under there, or it could be he didn't sand it well. All this here, it was peeling, so we peeled it on up. Pretty sure the rest of it probably come up if we tried. It was sitting out in the hot sun, so that's why it was easy to pull up. But the whole side, we're gonna pull it out tomorrow, but we're just gonna get started on it today. But the whole side kind of wavy, so we're gonna block the whole car down with 180 and re-spread. This back here is wavy as well. We're gonna use the clear coat as the primer. We're gonna use this block here, also some 180. Let me get some sandpaper on here and we'll get started. All right, so we're gonna be going on an X pattern. Wherever it still be glossy, that means that area that's gonna be low. We're just removing the clear coat, blocking it flat. You still see gloss, that means that area low. Like right here, you still can see the black. It's low. So you just gotta continue. And you don't see no black. Right there, that's low. That's low there. Yeah. Get tired, just switch over like this one. Go to this side. Keep the X side. Yeah, right on.
It's all little white.
Yep. That ain't nothing but the clear coat. It's clear coat paste. Just be careful down here with the molding at. Just try to keep the block flat. Yeah. See right there? Yeah. That's lower. That's why them waves and dips and... But like right here, you see where the black at? Yeah. That was high. And I cut through the clear. Now I'm cutting through the base, so you just gotta distinguish, you know.
When you get to going,
you still can cut the motor. Yeah. But now I'm cutting on through it. So that means that area that was really high. That's still low. But I can come back off of it. See, these edges are gonna be high anyway. So I'm gonna keep cutting through that area there. Right there, that was low. It ain't hard.
Yeah, I see.
All right, let me cut y'all back on. We pretty much got from here down done. These two hot spots here. Working on the door now. And this trunk, let me show you. They had sprayed the trunk twice because it was some mishaps. But you can see right here, this the last time they sprayed it, the clear coat. The cut through, that's the base coat, the little darker area. And that's the first time they sprayed, that's the clear coat. See this area here was high, that was high, that was high, 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 and high. But these areas here is low. So, I don't know if y'all see it. Them two spots there is low, so this one have to be blocked down some more. But it's coming though.
Much later.
Here we go, y'all. We're back in Memphis. Back on the old Cadillac here. The last clips we was back there sanding this down. I was showing y'all how to find the low areas. Now we're back on it full-fledged. First task is trying to remove all this trim, trying to figure out how it come off. Because it'll be a lot easier taking that trim off and trying to mask it off. I know this trim here, I'm gonna have to pop the hood and remove this heat shield probably to get to that trim. But the rest of it, like here, I don't know if it gotta take the door panel off to get to it or I can just pop it off. But we're gonna try to take everything off we can and go from there. All right, we got all the trim off. As you can see, all the clips, these clips here, somebody had replaced them and they riveted them on, so I didn't bother by taking those off. But I might go ahead and take the rivets out because we gotta put some more rivets in for this reef, Cadillac reef back here. I had tucked that off, so probably go ahead and take the clips off. All the trim out the way, the trim here. Also the trim that ran along the bottom. This piece, that piece of trim. This old Cadillac got a lot of chrome trim on it. We got the reef off the front. And now Raw, he going to fill up a bucket of water. We're gonna wipe it down, wipe the shiny areas down, so we'll see if we got some dings and dents that we gotta fix. So he gonna go ahead and get some water and a wet rag and wipe it down right quick. All right, we just got through finished not washing the car, but wiping it down with a damp rag. Now you can see the paint glossy. We'll be able to see all our dings and dents and what we gotta address. I'm gonna use a Sharpie, gold Sharpie. It should show up pretty good over this black. Go around and mark the spots that I see. It's a dent right here, I know. I seen that when the trim was on, so we're gonna put a mark right there. But we're gonna block pretty much this whole hood, so we ain't gonna worry about that. But we're gonna have to feather edge all this because this is where the paint was actually peeling when they painted it. So we're gonna bring all this down to bare metal here. So we're just gonna put a big old circle around that. Well, not circle, but you know. And all this where the emblem and stuff was, we gotta feather edge that. But that's gonna come once we start sanding. And I seen a spot back here. Need to be filled. This area here, also here. See, this whole side had needed to be blocked. That's why, because I already been sanded. Well, some of it been sanded, but we're gonna block the whole thing just like that. Probably with some 80 grit. All the flat areas. See what we got on this side. Then we'll have to feather edge where the trim used to be. Feather edge all that. about to be a block party. This shit gonna have to be feather edge. Same way we're back here. Be filled. Some trim used to be there, and when we took it off, it had left a area that needed to be feather edge and blocked down. All right, let me finish up marking all my areas, then I'll cut you back on. All right, y'all, we finna get going as far as blocking. We got some 80 grit on the block. Bro got him a block, I got one. What we doing, we using the clear coat as our primer. We using that as a primer, blocking it flat. I'm gonna show y'all this area here that's still low, needs to be blocked. See right here? That's a low area, cause you still can see the gloss, but they gotta come down for them. All that dust, that's actually clear coat. All that, it look like powder or something, that's clear coat. What I do this section here, this area here, then I come back and do this section, then this section. Spot at a time. All right, y'all, I'm gonna cut y'all back on. Y'all see Raw, he over there blocking. Let me correct, I think I probably been saying 80 grit, but Raw said it was 180.
Yeah, man. Score one for Raw on that one.
Yeah. Yeah, but we use a 180 grit. But that's even better. If It's finer scratches, so we ain't gotta worry about blocking no 80 grit scratches out when we prime it. And it's cutting pretty good with the 180. We pretty much just cutting it clear. But we ran into a problem. This hood, when I was talking about like I need to repair, when I went to shed it, it's a crease or something here because every time I shed it, it's lifting this corner up. So the owner, he said he's gonna go try to find another hood, and I'm pretty sure he's gonna have some body work. So we gonna hold off on doing the body work on this hood here. But I had tucked the palm sander here, started feather edging where the trim was, but we're gonna hold off on this. Memphis Crunk is a classic weekend. But we're gonna get back started. We still gotta do this whole side over here. I'll cut y'all back on. What I'm doing now, I got a damp rag. I'm going around wiping my areas that I gotta fill with a body filler. Cause you don't wanna start trying to fill it and then it got that dust. You want a good surface to, for the body filler to bond to. So I'm removing all the dust. You can blow it off if you want to. I'm wiping all the areas that I'm filling. Think this side good. Well, still got to do this. What you say, Raw?
Drinking this Pepsi remind me of when I used to work at the welding shop. That's all I used to have was Pepsi.
Uh-oh, you having a flashback.
Yeah, flashback moment for y'all. That mean grind time, y'all. That's all I did then.
All right, y'all, I just wanted to show y'all. The owner, he went and got some body filler. It's the body filler he got, Evercoat. It's like a body filler kit. It comes with, looks like a mixing paper. Well, I don't know, it might be instructions. Mixing board. Well, ain't a mixing board, probably instructions. But it comes with a spreader, you see? Comes with the hardener, a little small thing of hardener. And some wire mesh in case you got some holes. We're gonna make it work. Let's get it. Give y'all an update. Can't remember the last time I cut y'all on, but I done got all the repairs, white body filler. Still got to go back and sand them. We're all knocking this down right now with the 180. We getting there. This side pretty much done. Still got to knock these two spots down. Also, spots here on the trunk. Spot right here, spot right there, and spot right there. This the next day. Me and Raw, we've been working on it. He got a Scotch-Brite going around, scuffing up areas like this here. I've been knocking down the filler. I had to go back and put some more filler on this here. It was still somewhat low. I done knocked all this down with 180. And we also done tucked the hood off. The owner came up. He thought he needed a hinge and he's been looking for hinges, but I said, no, you need a hood. So we took it off and trying to come up with a game plan. We're gonna try to fix it for him because these hoods, he found one on eBay for $5.99. I seen one for $7.99. So me and Raw, y'all see him, he got his thinking cap on.
Yeah, man, it's on tight.
But we're gonna cut this here in half here and try to weld a piece here and strengthen it up because you can see it's a crease right here. That was the problem. And it look like it's trying to crack right there as well. And while we at it, Ross said we might as well do this one. Cause this one here got a crease, but it ain't buckled like that one over there. So we're gonna take care of that, at least try.
Yeah, we got it. Try to fail, y'all. We got it.
Long as you got a good game plan, it'll all work out. Y'all stay tuned.
Okay, you guys, as you can see, Sprayway has started to make the cut for the brackets that we're gonna need to repair the head, go along them hinges, because it's bending right there at the end point of the hinge. So it's starting to fold and it's causing problems. So the heads, like he said, they're pretty expensive. So we just said we're going to fix them up. Now I got fabrication experience, so Sprayway got skills too. So y'all already know what it is. It could be a job that we're gonna fix. We decided to go with this 1.25 inch by 1.25 inch, 1/8 inch thick angle iron. And we lucky we can use the size. That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to use that L there for strength. So he won't have that problem again. So we're gonna see how everything works out, you guys. By the way, those who don't know who Raw Customs is, y'all go check my channel out at Raw Customs. That's with a G at the end, not an S. 5959. It'll take you straight to it. Y'all can always find some early bird things on there. As far as like what's going on with Sprayway, the shop, upcoming projects we may have.
Let me show y'all what we came up with. See, we got our 2 plates here. This one going on this side. What we're gonna do, we're gonna tighten down all our bolts to pull that up before we start welding. And we got Raw over here trying to figure out what's going on with this wheel pack linking. Look like they ain't used it in a minute. I'm wrapping it up for this plate that we welded on. Once we got through with the welding, we came back with some fiberglass filler and pretty much used it as a seam sealer, made it smooth. Then I came back with some regular body filler so I can shape it on up. I'm gonna spray some primer and some black over this once I get done. It's the other one here. Here's the results after the black was sprayed. Now I can flip it over and do the bodywork. Shouldn't have to worry about it flexing again. But we won't know until we put it back on the car. Fingers crossed. Okay, here we go. I took some channel locks, trying to straighten this back part up back here. Now I'm gonna take a hammer and knock this high area down. You can see it's high because I was hitting bare metal. Knock that down. Then I come back with some fiberglass filler, wipe that. Up here, I'm just gonna put some regular body filler and build this back up. See, I got this area here wiped with lightweight filler. Also this area. I done started knocking this down. I got a 80 grit on the palm sander DA just to knock that top layer off because it's a lot easier to block once you knock that top layer off like this here. All right, on the hood, we got all this knocked down. Also over there, we're gonna put some guide coat on it. I usually use some satin black or flat black. Pretty much anything I can find laying around. But since the hood is black, we're gonna use some red. It's some brake caliber paint. Just gonna lightly dust it on. It don't take much. That way I can see, I can distinguish the guide coat from the black hood. Since the guide coat being red. All right, we'll let that dry, then we'll start blocking. We're gonna block the whole entire hood, but we'll probably start blocking the repairs first, just in case we gotta put a little bit more fill over it. Well, as I was cutting the camera off, I seen a spot over there that was a push out. Probably happened, look like I said, another one, when it was flexing, the hinge area. So I'm gonna have to knock this down and fill it with some lightweight body filler. See if I can get you a shot of it. It's a spot right here. Probably hard to see. Right up in there. But I gotta knock it down with the body hammer, then I fill it. Here's those two areas with the lightweight filler. Now I knock this down and put some guide coat on it as well. Okay, on this here, I'm gonna be using this block, going in the X pattern, removing the guide coat. Now you can see this area here still low, so I gotta keep on blocking till I remove all the guide coat. Once you get it like this here, you're good to go. As you can see, we done did all the blocking, but we found a few more areas that we filled with some lightweight filler. There's a small pinhole there. Also, there's 3 spots here. Little areas up in there as well. But pretty much all the blocking done. We also finished up on the car. We done blowed it off. Now we gonna start masking so we can start shooting our primer. All right, y'all, we got raw, wiping it down. We're about to start priming it. We're gonna just be spot priming for now. We're gonna spot prime everywhere where the trim was at. Also our repairs. Probably spots like this here. Mainly where the trim was, try to feather edge, so we'll be able to feather edge and smooth it in. Back here. We still gotta tape this up, this trunk lock, but that's pretty much it, I think, for us taping.
press on, press right.
Yeah. Yeah, that's all. If there's a gun in this up, for real, it's spitting.
Here's the primer on all the repairs and places where the trim was. We're all doing the finishing touches up here. Still got to mask the grill and the lights off. But now I'm gonna take some red spray paint, use as guide coat, and spray all my primer areas. Trying to make sure my tape ain't lifted in some of the areas, like right here. Nah, I'm talking to the YouTube family. Yeah, Roy up there, he thought I was talking to him, but I was just trying to make sure I got all the tape down before I spray this guide coat. Bit more back here. Should be good on this side. That ought to do it for this side here. All right, y'all. I had sprayed the guide coat yesterday. I never cut y'all back on, showed y'all the results of the guide coat. And I also been blocking. Last night, I just pulled the car this morning. I'm finna get back to work, but I done blocked all this over here on this side pretty much. I seen the spot here, I put some 1-part glazing putty. I mixed up some old filler to put right here. I gotta block this down. But the side, all blocked. Only thing left is pretty much this deck lid and this side here. Then we'll be ready to shoot some primer over the entire car. It's gonna be the same process going in the X pattern and removing the guide coat. I should have changed this sandpaper because it's kind of wore out. But you're removing the guide coat. If you still see some guide coat, that means that air is still low. Now you can see right here, up in here it's still low. So I gotta keep blocking. Still low, but I can come down because I put enough primer on here to block all this out. A little bit more, I'll be flat. We finished up with all the blocking. What we're all doing now, they got a damp rag, wiping it down with just water, getting all that dust off of it. Because we don't want that dust sitting up on there. We're about to spray our last round of primer. So we want a clean surface. You could use wax and grease remover, but he just got a damp rag. It's gonna be the final round of primer here. I'll probably put about 2 to 3 coats of primer. Should be good.
Okay, you guys, as y'all can see, Sprayway doing this thing, y'all. He laying that primer down and looking so smooth as he go with it, just like a little machine. Look at it. It takes time to get that art technique perfected. Hey, look, y'all, like I say, he's moving, y'all. Y'all see it. Let me come over right here. Let me get y'all over high. He want me to move in closer, you guys. So I ain't got my mask on, man. Since they try to take me out up here. Yeah, but y'all, he working this thing, man. Y'all know how he do it. Let me let y'all look at this head right here. Oh yeah. Yeah. Excuse me, y'all. Get up over there. Yeah, man, we really been enjoying this travel paint, you guys. And just let y'all know, man, we have not abandoned the shop. So y'all don't think we done abandoned the shop dream. That's Sprayway dream. And I'm gonna help them build it. We're gonna put it together, man. So hey, it's just that we had booked a few jobs, like I probably done told y'all once or twice already, but we had booked a few jobs already as far as the travel painting goes. And we want to, you know, fulfill those jobs. But we're not gonna take any more. We got about 1, 2, 3, about 4 more jobs to do as far as travel painting. We're not gonna take any more. And the only way he take another one, it must gonna be real sweet. So if it ain't real sweet, hey, it won't make the cut. We're gonna be shut down on the travel painting until we get the building up, man. We're gonna start jumping on that building so we can get it taken care of. I know a lot of you guys ready for that. Once again, it's yours truly. Raw Customs 5959 narrating for y'all. Narrating for Sprayway. I'm back here on the camera filming. Yeah, he laying down, you guys. Now, if you guys wondering why he ain't go all the way to the bottom down here, that's because that trim go all the way down here. The bottom is gonna be covered up right there, so he just went as far as it was gonna be needed right in that area. So he didn't skip it. Let me show y'all the trunk technique, guys. Oh yeah, just like a little machine, look at it. Let off that trigger. See what I'm saying? Let off that trigger. Let off that trigger. Y'all done watch him do it so much, you know? So.
Come over here, man. They don't want to look at me. They want to see the car.
Oh, they seeing it. The bug done tried to run down on the plane. He just squashed his life.
Want to see me?
He done squashed his life. Look at it, y'all.
Somebody told me to try you have a camera, man.
Somebody what told you to fire?
Yeah.
Fire the camera. Hey, which one of y'all done told him to fire me as the cameraman? Yeah, hey, look, I know y'all gonna see. Which one of y'all told Sprayway to fire the cameraman? I missed that comment.
All right, y'all.
All right, y'all. That's it right there. He got to reload the gun. So, hey, you guys stay tuned. Still coming with it.
Here's the results. Memphis Finers over there. Going to the dollar store, y'all see them. But here's the results of the primer. I put about 3 coats on the hood and like 3 on the spots that was repaired, but the rest of it got about 2. But here's the results. What y'all think about it? One step closer. Y'all can see right here where that line at, I buried it and primer right there because that's where that repair spot was. Yeah. But she looking good. I think so. We'll be wet sanding tomorrow. I'm gonna put some guide coat on this here. We'll take it around and start wet sanding. Well, we might just wet sand it here. Really don't matter. We'll get some buckets of water. Go ahead and wet sand. Y'all stay tuned. I'm gonna close it out on this here.